Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from our studios in Kokomo, Indiana, it's Pyle and Company. With your host, Jacob Pyle, along with our co-host, Kaitlyn Gee, our special contributors, Margot Amy, and Lance Gandy, and this week's special guest, Howard Lee III. And now, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, your host, Jacob Pyle!
Thank you, Butch McCain. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My first, my last, my everything, and the answer to all of my dreams. You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful, that's what you are. I know there's only one like you. There's no way they could have made two. You're all I'm living for. Your love I'll keep forevermore. You're the first, you're the last, my everything. In you I found so many things. A love so new, only you could bring. Can't you see it's you? You make me feel this way. You're like a fresh morning dew on a brand new day. I see so many ways that I can love you till the day that I die. You're my reality, yet I'm lost in a dream. You're the first, my last, my everything. I know there's only one like you. There's no way they could have made two. Girl, you're my reality, but I'm lost in a dream. You're the first, my last, my everything. You're the first, my last, my everything. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, please. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Pyle and Company. My name is Jacob Pyle. Glad to have you with us. And now, would you please welcome a lady that has done a fantastic job in helping us out these past few months and being our temporary co-host on our show. From Los Angeles, California, Give it up for Margot Amy. Hey, Margot.
Hey, Jacob. How are you doing this week?
Oh, I feel terrific. How about yourself?
I wish I was doing better.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong?
Listen, I hate to do this to you at the last minute, but I have a really bad sore throat. So I'm not going to be able to co-host the show with you this week.
Oh, you got a sore throat. Gotcha.
But not to worry. I do have it taken care of. I know you've been looking for someone to take over Marette Laney's position as the permanent co-host for the next several months. And I think that this lady will be a great fit on the show.
Oh, you got a new co-host for us? Awesome, I'd like to meet her.
Ladies and gentlemen, from her studios in Granbury, Texas, would you please help me in welcoming our new co-host here on Pyle and Company, Kaitlyn Gee. Hey, Kaitlyn, how are you doing?
Hey, Margot, I'm doing pretty good.
That's great. Kaitlyn, this is Jacob. Jacob, this is Kaitlyn.
Hi, Jacob, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, Kaitlyn, it's nice to meet you too.
Well, listen, I'm going to relax and let you guys take on the rest of the show. I'm going to enjoy it from here. Kaitlyn, break a leg. Jacob, I know you'll do great. Good luck to the two of you.
Thank you, Margot.
So, Jacob, how are you?
Well, I am doing a lot better now since you've become our new permanent co-host on our show. How are you?
Not too bad. So, Margot's been telling me all about this show you're doing, and I think you're doing a great job. And I am so excited to be your new permanent co-host.
Well, I'm glad to have you. It's been 3 to 4 months in the making, but it was well worth it. Well, Kaitlyn, since you are the official permanent co-host of our show now, why don't you tell us who the special guest for this week is going to be?
Oh, I'd love to. Our special guest is going to be joining us this week, the inspirational poet himself, Howard Lee III.
Along with our usual cast of regulars, our new co-host, Kaitlyn Gee,
our special contributors, Margot Amy, and another newcomer, Lance Gandy.
And the fabulously talented voice of Butch McKay. We got a good show in store for you guys this week.
Alright, and we'll get the show started for you right after this. Welcome back to Pyle and Company. This week on Pyle and Company, we have not one, but 2 new members on our show. You've already met me, and Jacob will be back to interview me later. But for now, I get to do my first interview with a gentleman who's going to be joining forces with Margot as a new substitute co-host on our show. Would you please help me in welcoming our newest contributor, Lance Gandy. Lance, welcome to Pyle and Company.
Hey, Kaitlyn. Thanks so much for having me. And same to you. Welcome to our Pyle and Company family.
Well, thank you, Lance.
Not a problem.
All right, now real quick, go ahead and tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I played baseball at UT San Antonio and received my bachelor's degree there. And right after that, I received my MBA from St. Mary's University. I now work at a beer distributor in the Dallas, Texas area. And I've also been acting on the side for about a year now. And I hope to actually seriously pursue that in the future as well. I have 2 dogs, Waffles, who I think you can see the painting of him in the background. And the other one's name is Dewey.
Now, since you're a voice actor, I thought this might be a good question to ask you. Do you have a favorite cartoon?
Hands down, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was obsessed as a kid and have been, no shame, Michelangelo for 2 Halloweens as an adult.
Do you have a favorite book you like to read?
I love to read about all sports, but in particular, advanced sports statistics. I know that sounds nerdy, but I've loved it ever since I've collected baseball cards as a kid.
Favorite movie you like to watch?
Okay, I'm going to have to give 2 answers on this one. When I'm in the kind of serious drama kind of mood, I reach for Shawshank Redemption. Morgan Freeman's voice is solid gold, obviously. When I want to laugh, I go for Wedding Crashers, definitely.
And finally, I just have to ask, what do you like best about Pyle and Company?
I like the old school vibe to it. I like the fact that anybody, young and old, can watch it and enjoy it.
All right, Lance Gandy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Pyle and Company family.
Thanks, Kaitlyn. Good luck to you. I know you'll knock it out of the park.
Thank you, Lance. When we return, Jacob Pyle will be interviewing our special guest for the week, Howard Lee III. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Pyle and Company. It's time once again for this week's special guest interview segment, and for the sake of this introduction, I'm going to do this as a poem. This week's special guest is a really talented poet, and he really sure does know it. In fact, this gentleman goes and shares his poems at a variety of colleges and schools, and you know what? That, I think, is really cool. I'd better move on with the interview before I run out of rhymes, because the way this introduction is going, I could do it all the time. So now, please welcome our special guest for this week, and have you heard? This gentleman's name is Howard Lee III. Hey Howard, welcome to Pyle and Company.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and to do this interview.
Now, go ahead and tell us a little something about yourself.
Well, I'm Howard Lee III, aka the motivational poet. I'm a poet, a published author, and a youth motivator. I created a platform called Storybook Extreme. It's a poetry publishing and radio platform, which is for youth empowerment, and I teach business concepts in regards to leading youth on how to discover what their planet purpose is in their life.
Now, I understand you mostly go by the title The Motivational Poet. How did you become the motivational poet?
Yeah, poetry is something that was my escape, and it all started around when I was 14. I always felt as though that I could not effectively communicate, or my ideas were too big, that I wasn't saying exactly what I meant. So I started just to write things down, and over the time, I just started to gather and really put my ideas on a paper. And just back in 2007, when I came to college, I just really started to write a little bit more. My writing habits increased, and then just fast forward to just recently, last year around September, I had the idea. I said, you know what, I want to get my poetry published. So then I started to take that, and then that's why I call storybook poems. It started out to be, because I wasn't doing a traditional about some of my experiences, some things that happened in my life, and things that I had visualized. So then I just was like, I like to motivate, and I do poetry. So motivational poet is something that I coined as my name.
Tell us about this new poetry book you have out entitled Emancipate Me.
Yes, well, Emancipate Me, Verbal Liberation for the Shackled Mind. That was published by LaTracy Copeland Hughes at Purposeful Publishing. And it was an opportunity for myself and 4 other women got together, and we co-authored that book. And what that book is really signaling is powerful impact and engagements to releasing those things that are in our mind and put it on paper. Because everything throughout that book is dealing with empowerment, telling stories about perseverance and overcoming challenges and overcoming obstacles that I believe is necessary, because we all go through a lot of different obstacles, no matter what age, no matter what racial background, no matter what our class or our gender affiliation is. Those things are necessary, and that book was just recently published January 21st of this year.
What would be your advice for any poet starting out?
Well, I tell them, start writing now. And there are a few there's about 4 youth that I'm working with right now doing poetry, and they always tell me I don't know what to write, I don't know what to think. Well, I say, look, use these tools as far as just calm everything down, put some music on to write, or press record on your phone, because we got the iPhone now. So a lot of people got the iPhone. I said press record and start recording yourself talk, because you don't have to think that you need to have these exact words to say. Just start putting what you have down on paper and start to write, and then go back and review it. And then what from that, as you're reading it, you will start to make the corrections and make the different connecting points and how you want to have the play on words. So I would just say, just start writing now. Don't worry about the title. Don't worry about how long you want it to be. Start writing it now, and just also listen to a lot of different motivational speakers or when you're watching TV, that helps me get to where like, okay, I have an idea. Or sometimes like today, I was getting dressed today, and I was like, wow, this idea came to my mind as I was just listening to different music and listening to different motivational speakers. That's where it creates an atmosphere where you can get creative. So would be my encouragement to those who want to write.
And finally, before you go, where can we purchase your book?
It's on my website, www.storybookextreme, and you spell Storybook Extreme StorybookExtreme.com, and there's a tab on my page that says shop, and you go click that, and that's where you can have the information to go purchase the book. Or you can find me on my Facebook at Motivational Poet, and that's also where you can get a copy of my book, and it's $12.
All right, Howard Lee III, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, Howard Lee III will be back later in the show to bring on this week's Poetry in Motion segment. But coming up after the break, you've already met Kaitlyn Gee, but I'm going to do an interview with her so you folks can get to know her real well. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pyle and Company. You know, whenever we have a new person added on to the team, I like to have the opportunity to interview the new person just so you guys can get to know the new person. Earlier in the show, Kaitlyn Gee did her first interview as she interviewed our newest substitute co-host, Lance Gandy. But now, I'm going to turn the tables around and interview Kaitlyn so you folks can get to know her a lot better. Are you ready, Kaitlyn?
Jacob, I was born ready. Bring it on.
Alrighty, I will. Go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm 22. I just moved to Florida. I just moved from Florida to Texas. And I am currently in school to be a chiropractor.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. Now, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Anything outdoors. I am a huge sport activist, outdoor enthusiast. So just about anything.
What do you like to eat?
I like to eat everything.
Sounds good. And finally, I want your honest opinion here. What do you like best about Pyle and Company?
What I like best about Pyle and Company? Definitely you, Jacob.
Aw, you're so sweet. Thanks.
No, but I really like all the special acts we bring on every week.
Oh, well, I'm glad you like the acts and all that stuff. Kaitlyn Gee, ladies and gentlemen, our newest co-host on our show. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you, Jacob. That was fun.
And yes, Kaitlyn Gee will be with us for the rest of the show this week, plus every week from here on out as our new co-host. Join us on upcoming episodes as you'll see more of Kaitlyn Gee. I'm so excited. Coming up after the break, Howard Lee III will have a poem for you guys. We'll be right back.
When Siri doesn't know something, she asks him. Cowbells say they need more him. Google Maps asks him for directions. His birthday is considered a national holiday. He taught Chuck Norris martial arts. His business card simply says, "We will call you." He taught German Shepherds to bark in Spanish. He is Jacob Pyle, the most interesting man in the world.
Welcome back to Pyle and Company. It's time for this week's Poetry in Motion segment. Now, normally we'd have our special contributor bring the poem every week, but since this week we have our special guest for the week, who is a poet himself, we thought it'd be fair to give him the opportunity to recite it to you himself. So here to recite his own poem, Contradiction, please give it up for Howard Lee III.
Contradiction. I walk on the stones of contradiction, ending with the implication that I am just not good enough to go through this life. I wash my hands the same way everyone does. I put my pants on the same way everyone does. Just think, I was born with nothing just like the rest, and I came out the same hole head first like everyone. My soul battered and bruised with the gladiator's wounds. Long ago a dream was made to be a family man, take care of my home with all I have, and work to build relationships with my society. I fell off my goal onto a path that has held me with a fierce grip, grasping my body whole, and all I mutter is, "I will do it." But do I lay down or proceed? I choose to lay flat on my face looking for a hand to pull me. But who has reached out that hand? I keep my head pinned to the ground not to look up so I don't see time is passing and my opportunities are missed. I now progress with the stampede of just one, but it sounds like rolling thunder not because I want to be loud, but because all my anger and my bitterness has unleashed into the world because it's no good to me. I hate to cry, but my tears just rumble down my face because each step I take, I remember who and why am I taking the step. See, it's more to me than just what you see. I have the soul of my mother, the heart of my brother, the brain of my sister, the attitude of my father, and the calmness of my little sister. I'm telling the story of an army of one with many characteristics, but guided by a light which I can reach, both just a push or a smack on my bottom. It seems so far now. I get crushed more times now because of what I hold on to and do not let go. I have not had my guard up since I was 16 because I am not on the defense, just playing offense, running the show with the full 4 quarters to go. I won't come out the game even when I'm tired or bruised because this might just be my last shot to get my championship.
Thanks, Howard. Coming up after the break, Jacob Pyle will be here to sing you a song. We'll be right back.
We're always looking for special guests to appear on upcoming episodes of Pyle and Company. If you would like to be a special guest on our program, leave us a note on our Contact Us section of our Pyle and Company website at www.pyleandcompany.weebly.com. Or you can leave us a message on our Pyle and Company Facebook page. Or you can send us an email to jacobpyle@jtpyle1@aol.com. Please include your name along with your email address and or telephone number.
Welcome back to Pyle and Company. And now, here to sing you the song, When You Say Nothing at All. Please give it up for my co-host, Jacob Pyle.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying the word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear people talking out loud. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Old Mr. Webster could never define what's being said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. When you say nothing at all. When you say nothing at all. When you say nothing at all.
Pyle and Company will return after these messages. If you want to watch more episodes of this show, go to www.pyleandcompany.weebly.com. And please don't forget to like us on our Facebook page as well. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Butch. Hey, Butch, you got a second?
Of course, Jacob, I've got a second. And in fact, I've got more than a second. What's up?
I want to introduce you to someone. Butch McCain, this is my new co-host, Kaitlyn Gee. Kaitlyn, this is our announcer, Butch McCain.
Hi, Kaitlyn. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Butch. It's nice to meet you.
And welcome to Pyle and Company. We'll treat you so many ways you're bound to like one of them.
Well, thank you, Butch. Well, we're out of time. But before we go, Jacob and I would like to thank our special guest, Howard Lee III, for joining us this week.
Along with our usual cast of regulars, our co-host, Kaitlyn Gee, our special contributors, Margot Amy and Lance Gandy, and the fabulously talented voice of Butch McCain. Join us again next week here on Pyle and Company, where our special guest will be rapper and DJ Slim Terra, plus many more songs and surprises right here on Pyle and Company. We hope you guys can join us then. What a difference you made in my life. What a difference you made in my life. You're my sunshine day and night. Oh, what a difference you made in my life.
From Granbury, Texas, I'm Kaitlyn Gee. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Good night, Jacob.
Good night, Kaitlyn. And coming to you from our studios here in Kokomo, Indiana, I'm Jacob Pyle. Until next week, good night, and God bless my friends.
For Pyle and Company, I'm Butch McCain. Good night.